If you watching this live, you are a real one. You are a professional. Your ass is actually locked in life. I love you, man. Love for all you guys for rocking and rolling with your boy. No matter what comes our way, we here to stay. Appreciate you. We got a crazy show today, man. It's gonna be a lot of behind the scenes stuff. We're going deep on things. We're gonna talk about obviously the headline. Dozens of players are in the pros who could go back to college. Yes. And there's a court ruling and an appeal about that. Yeah. Sound like litigation. Boring, Wiley. Nah, it's not boring, dog. It's real spit. So we're going to go dive into that. Imagine going pro and then you can say, nah, forget all this, man. I'm going back to school, go hang out in the dorms. We're also going to talk about the beef that continues forever and ever. Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones going back at it. Yeah, shots fired again. I thought they had made up. You just make up the breakup. That's how it goes in that. We're going to go behind the scenes of the LaMelo Ball trade, actually into the war room, see how they got him hooked up with Anthony Edwards, the good, the bad, the ugly, what they got to say to get your ass up out of here. So we're going to talk about that. James Harden, how he finessed Cleveland in a good way. I'm talking about like, hey, get your money, boo-boo. And then we're going to compare him to the top money earners in NBA history and the top NBA performers who ain't on the top earnings list. It's going to be crazy. Y'all going to be like, damn, they paying these dudes. WNBA's Natasha Cloud are calling out men. She's calling out men for their stupidity. Kind of agree with her. We're going to see what she's talking about. Clay Travis still has his $10 million challenge to the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA, saying, hey, can y'all beat this 8th grade boys team? We finally going to get to that. Patrick Mahomes, conversation about is he still the best or one of the best, or more importantly, is he coming down the hill? People are saying that about Patrick Mahomes. The best may be behind him. Why the Lakers family sale is worse than it sounds. And why LeBron is the real big winner in that whole scandal right there. What else we got? Master P saying that black people need to stop harping about slavery. Y'all need to hear this clip. It's sick. Also, we got Death Row, Cash Money, No Limit conversation. You got to start one, bench one, cut one. We got some crazy stuff going on. NFL fans, y'all lost your mind this preseason. So you heard all of that. That means we ain't doing half of that. That's how this show goes. We just go with the energy. We go with the flow. We go where y'all go. Love to all you guys out there. I see you Stomp in the building. Stomp trying to buy my love again. I like it. I feel like one of these groupie girls out here. I don't even like them, girl, but cheesecake be popping. So thank you, Stomp, for real, from the bottom of my heart, dog, because you actually do support. Even though it wavers at time, but when you come in, when you working with us, you work us, man. We love you for it, big dog. Don't forget #men too. Don't forget men too. We ain't stopping. We got a lot to talk about. And men too doesn't mean just men. It means women as well. We're gonna make sure the ladies support our project, our movement, our initiative. We just gonna balance this thing back out. All right. So y'all know what it is. We'll talk about it throughout the show. See all these members in here. Mike is here. Sin here is here. Sin here is here. Dan Fan. That's hilarious. What else we got? Love to you guys. I see you. Quincy Welch, Tin Man, all the above. All right. Stop talking while you start playing some clips. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's start here with these college dudes who finagled, got their butts drafted or undrafted, got to the pro level, and just said, you know what? I don't know about all this. I don't know if I should do it or not, or I can do it or not. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out because Adam Schefter had to report on it, so you know it's major news in terms of what they're going through. So let's get to it. Get involved. Adam, can you please give us a synopsis on what's going on with these college players and their eligibility?
Further ruling today, and I think there's a lot that's up in the air. What I do know from the NFL standpoint is that on Sunday, August 30th, that is the final NFL cutdown day. There are 32 NFL teams that essentially will be releasing 37 players each. That's 1,184 players. I don't know how many of those 1,184 players have used up all 5 years of their college eligibility, but I would venture to say probably not a lot. So you're talking about the prospect of multiple players who don't make it on the NFL rosters, then having the option, potentially, of going back to play in college football. And further ruling today, and I think there's...
Okay, let me give you full information before I give you my full summary of that, because that is only thing I disagree with is I think there are more players that used up their eligibility than not. It ain't easy to make it to the NFL. Don't be acting like everybody just like, oh, I only played 2-3 years, I'm good. Those are the headline dudes. The rest of the dudes out there, man, can I get another year? Anybody want some cheeseburgers? Remember that movie? Oh man, the rest of y'all trying to get it where you fit in. Don't act like it's like I'm chilling. I ain't even tripping, dog. You know I'm going to the league. Nah, most cats they tongues are out because they trying to make it to the league. So I'm not so sure about that. Other than that, weird times, not scary times, different times when you can do that. So now let's get to the NFL players. If that's what you can do, this is a whole different animal because I got to see what else can come from that. So there's a ruling that is trying to alter that. You know the nerd in me. Court halts order, denies extra year of eligibility. Wait a minute, you just said I get it. No, you don't. What the hell is going on? Okay, so the NCAA won an important battle Friday, which is yesterday, damn near a few hours ago, in the ongoing legal war to determine who should be allowed to play college sports in the upcoming season. Boring 10th Circuit Court of Appeals granted the NCAA a stay Friday morning in an order that reverses the federal judge's decision that previously opened the door for all athletes who started college in the 2022-2023 academic year and played four consecutive seasons to return for a fifth season. NCAA chief legal officer sent a letter to schools Friday. You imagine got to send all these letters to them schools? Jesus. What that email look like? Friday afternoon saying that the association's eligibility rules were back in effect. Okay, here's where most people leave the article. I know it. I know my people. Most people read this and said, wait a minute. Oh, man, they reversed the order. Peace. And then don't read this. You got to read this paragraph. The stay does not wipe out the dozens of athletes who have successfully petitioned for restraining orders to play a fifth season in state courts around the country. So you gave me 3 paragraphs telling me that everything went back to normal when it didn't. The appeals court decision could spark more lawsuits, restraining order requests, and confusion with only 2 weeks remaining before college football season begins in full force. They said in his letter that the NCAA plans to expeditiously fight against other legal rulings that have allowed similarly situated players back into college sports. Okay, now you can leave that article. Now you can sit here and say, all right, I get it. So what's happening now is, first of all, player empowerment is next level. Like, these players are being given grace and mercy and opportunities that just didn't exist before. So applause to all of the players that are fighting for this. But at the same time, what the hell is going on with these players where you can go literally now without consequences, sounds like, play up your eligibility, but still get qualified to go to the next level, get to the next level, sniff it out, figure out, oh, this ain't for me because really they saying you ain't for this, and then go back. Some part of me is just stuck in the past, even though I don't think I have a great rational reason to be stuck in the past. Like, that was the norm, but was that the right way? So many things happen in this world where you just normalize it, but then you realize in a different context, in a different circumstance, that was never the right way. You grew up wrong. You grew up tripping. I trip out on how many people I know didn't have to deal with the crime element in their existence growing up. Like, think about it. Like, a lot of people walk around here saying, yeah, when I was growing up, I had to worry about the bully, or I had to worry about what was going on in school and the gooch. You know, everybody had their gooch. Everybody had to deal with their little level of bullying. But now kids are growing up like, dog, if you the bully, you in trouble. Like, the bully going to prison. Like, he ain't even getting beat up on the corner. So kids growing up differently, and even I grew up different than the average bear, because when I grew up, I had to deal about like real shootings and assaults and like real crime on top of the gooch. And I had to deal with the gooch. Anybody read my book? I talked about the gooch. He was from 60s. He was a gangster. It's like, God dang. But the point is, these kids are dealing with different elements that we normalized, and now they're realizing that ain't it. That ain't right. So Good for them, man. What's going to come from it is simple. Don't use up all your eligibility. Get your butt to the league as fast as possible. Smell it out, sniff it out. You and your agent figure it out. And if not, take your ass back, go get some more of that money. But cats are not even dealing with this. This is not an epidemic. This is not going to be a big problem. Because if you are good enough to go to the league, you probably know that, and you're going to stay in the league. You're going to stick. It's for these cats who got visions of grandeur or lying to themselves, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. You got to watch those cats because those are the cats that are getting the headlines, but they are not really the meat and potatoes. They're not the 80% of the bell curve. So we'll see. We'll see. I want to go even more into it. Not this topic. Hell no. Let's get about this topic. Enough of that. I just had to do my work. I had to do my job. Now let's get into some beef. Jimmy Johnson, what the hell are you doing? What, Jerry Jones, what the hell y'all doing? Y'all still beefing? Like, how old are y'all? Like, this is crazy. So let's get into this where I want you to see how the shots got fired first. The shots got fired from Jimmy Johnson late because he just like, look, sick and tired of being sick and tired of your ass. Like, this is what's going on. So it starts here. So Jimmy Johnson says, does this explain the Cowboys' responsibilities? How's Jimmy Johnson talk? How about them Cowboys? So does this explain the Cowboys' responsibilities? Johnson. I was just watching him on the University of Miami doc that came out. That was really good. So here we go. Johnson shall have the following duties and responsibilities. That's Jimmy Johnson, coach. No assistant football coach, trainer, equipment man, or strength coach shall be fired or employed by employer, Jerry Jones, without the prior approval of Johnson. Damn. Even the typewriting looked different back then. Look at this typewriter. Johnson shall have the right of prior approval with respect to the acquisition, releasing, and trading of all football players of the Dallas Cowboys. Did you hear that? Acquisition, releasing, and trading. The right of prior approval. That's not the final approval, but prior approval. Okay, I get it. Maybe that was the language back then. Johnson shall have complete control of all assistant coaches, players, trainers, and equipment men during training, practice, preparation for, and actual playing of games. Notwithstanding the foregoing, neither the assistant coaches, players. Obviously, they didn't have ChatGPT back then, but you get the point. Okay? So we got to talk about this because they still going at it. Nightcap going to give us some fodder, and we're going to chime in. Let's go.
Jimmy Johnson woke up this morning and chose violence. He posted a picture of a photo of a clause in his first contract with Jerry Jones referencing personnel control. Jerry been saying it was him and the Herschel Walker. It was him doing all this. Y'all can read the contract.
Wait,
no assistant football coaches, trainer, equipment man, strength coach shall be fired or employed by employer without prior approval of Johnson. Johnson shall have the right of prior approval with respects to acquisitions, releasing and trading all football players of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, respect to him for still having this damn contract. I know it's a big thing, but at the same time, I can't lie. You put a gun in my head talking about go find your Buffalo Bills contract. I was like, pull it, dog. Just pull the trigger.
Johnson shall have complete control of all assistant coaches, players, trainers, and equipment men during training, practice, preparation for actual playing of games, notwithstanding the foregoing of neither assistant coaches, players.
I'm sorry, I read the same thing he read. I hope I read it better or worse. I don't care. Why'd I read it?
I have a question, huh?
What
ahead. Made Jimmy Johnson do this?
Because Jerry Jones keeps saying it was him that made the trade for Herschel Walker. He keeps saying it. Yeah. Jimmy said, I had final say. This is why Jerry ultimately fired Jerry.
Right.
Because Jimmy had complete autonomy.
What?
Hold on. I thought they settled their differences with the Ring of Honor stuff.
No, because Jerry won't keep saying it was him. He keeps saying the trade that he made for Herschel Walker, that he traded Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
Jimmy made that trade.
One, why they won't credit so bad, but two, we'll get back to that point. But two, that Herschel Walker trade, I understand how it really catapulted them, and they were like, I want the credit for that. But isn't it weird that if Jerry Jones really wants the credit, which it seems like he does, And I love Jerry Jones. And I love the fact that he has this kind of delusional take on life that made him delusionally successful in this world. But, dog, you need credit everywhere. Like, sometimes your credit has to be that you were a part of it, but you didn't get acknowledged for it, but they couldn't have done it without you. Like, what kind of credit do you always need? Do you always need the animate? Do you always need the real tangible credit? I need to hear my name when you go up there and give that acceptance speech, or else. You know what I mean? Or are you the person that should be like, he's like, I'd like to thank my friends and family who were there for me when I was down. Is that good enough for you? Because God dang, Jerry, you're going to go to your grave. Both of y'all going to go to your graves beefing out on something that can't change. We already know how it went down to our eyes. And y'all just going to keep digging and digging to win your side. When people already know what it is, no matter what Jerry says, no matter what Jimmy says, y'all could have done way more together. That's the answer. The answer is we could have seen way more better. We could have seen way more better football, and way more of you guys if y'all wasn't over there credit seeking. Credit is weird. I was just having this conversation mentally and with somebody yesterday about credit. Credit lies to you and tells you you have more than you have, right? Who needs credit when you're going to buy a house? Who needs credit when you're about to get a credit card? Who needs credit when you're going to get that car? Who needs credit when you're about to go shopping way beyond your means? Think about it. Like, credit is great for helping you get the boost of investment, getting something you don't have yet to get more of what you want to attain. What you want to get, it give you some of it so you can go get all of it. And that's why it's beautiful. But damn, you got to understand, there's a certain point you don't need credit, right? You ever see somebody buy a house in your neighborhood and you be like, yeah, I got my house. And then they be like, I got my house. And then you be like, wait a minute, they paid all cash? You know, like what was that? Friday at the Next or something. He was like, "You paid all cash for your house? Damn right, I don't need no mortgage." And some people, they flex that. Some people, it's smart for them to do that, and some people, it's smart for them to get the mortgage. Depends on the mortgage rates, right? Simple as that. Play the percentages. But damn, it's kind of like it hits the ego when you hear somebody like, "Yeah, I ain't want to know. I just paid all cash." You're like, "God dang." Jerry Jones is in a place in his world, and Jimmy Johnson, but Jerry Jones certainly, where you can pay all cash for all things you want credit for. Basically, if somebody wearing a Cowboys starter jacket, you should feel good. You don't need them to say, Jerry Jones, thank you for buying the Cowboys and making them so good that I could wear this jacket with pride. Like,
because see, if you let it, see, here's the thing. This is what we know. A fire cannot burn without oxygen. If people keep talking, if Jerry keep his mouth shut, Jimmy not gonna let it go.
Yeah.
All Jimmy had to do was toast Jerry. That's all he had to do.
Right.
But first of all, he wasn't even invited to the party. That was the coaches. Jimmy invited the coaches. Jerry invited himself. Cheers. Everybody toasted.
Nobody like being around somebody that wants the credit, needs the credit, sucks the air out of the room for the credit. Nobody. I don't give a damn if they did most of the work. Your group project, the dude who did all the work and you didn't do that much. Yeah, that's cool, dog. But at the same time, you ain't gonna make me feel like that because you did most of the work. Like, that's a whole different conversation, how you talking right now versus what you did. You know what I mean? I don't care. Like, on a team, I had to catch my boy MJ was talking, and he was talking about his team, and he was like, I like this team more than this team. I get to do more on this team than this team. I'm like, good. And then what did he say? He said something like, yeah, because I made a lot of the points. And I was like, yeah, but y'all still needed more points than you made for y'all to win. So don't, I'm just trying to catch him before he got to that cocky line. I don't want him to go to cocky line. I actually want him to be cocky, but I want him to know how to turn that into just exuding confidence. Because cocky doesn't work anywhere. I don't give a damn. Even on teams where you got a cocky dude, you are counting the days you can get away from this mother. It's like, man, when I don't need you, we ain't gonna need you, bro. Nobody trying to see with you. So I'm just laughing at that same situation here. Like, Jerry, you can't just want it all. And Jerry like, yeah, I do. I do want it all because I own it all.
Jimmy mean mugging. That's how it started.
Well, that's ego. That's ego and pride. That's
Of
ego
course,
and pride.
because
Jerry not
who
giving
got all
that.
the
Jerry
credit?
not.
Ocho, you was really young, but you don't realize how much credit Jimmy was thought of as Lombardi.
Yeah.
Of Walsh.
Yeah.
For real?
Yes.
Yeah. They were sorry.
That team was 1-15. Think about it. He took Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
Michael Irvin was already there. So Michael came in 88. He came in the draft with my brother and Tim Brown. All those receivers came out that year.
Yeah.
But then he goes get Emmett. Then he gets Russell Maryland. All those guys that were coming out, Jimmy had just left the University of Miami. He tried to recruit them. He knew what he needed.
Yeah.
Right.
All his coaches, they came from the U with him. Harold Hubbard and Wanstead, all those guys.
Hey, Dave Wanstead
Campo.
was there. Dave Wanstead was there.
Yeah, Dave Wanstead, yeah.
I ain't know that.
I'm out. You ain't doing me on this Saturday morning. That's what we doing. I feel the same way. Dave Wanstead was there. What? No. All right. I only probably that because it's so old and it still got fire. Like imagine an old ass fire. You know, some of these brush fires we see burning out of control, 0% containment. And then you look up a few days later, they be like 37%, then they be like 84%. Then you're like, all right, they putting that thing out. This thing been burning since what, 94? Jesus. Oh man, boy, human beings, we are silly. Stomp is number 1. Dan Fans number 2. Known, unknown. Newbie. Okay, Virgin. Number 3, Javier. I'll see you. And Sin here is 5. Cool. Let's have some fun. Let's get into these topics because they get spicier. Trust me. We got to get into some spicy topics. All right, I want to hear what Natasha Cloud got to say. Let's go to WNBA. She talking about y'all dudes out there tripping. You know what it is. So y'all know it's a thing in the WNBA, unfortunately, that they throw dildos on the court. Yeah, I said it, damn it. I don't know why, but I mean, actually I do know why, but I think it's stupid. But I also think streaking is stupid. I think a lot of things fans do is stupid. I don't like wearing jerseys with dudes' names on it either. But hey, I don't judge you outwardly. But I see, I was about to buy a Herbert jersey. I said, I ain't putting no damn Herbert on my back. It felt so weird. I was grabbing it. First, I was looking for my size because I was like, they ain't got my size. And I was looking for a double XL. And then the closer I got to it, because it was like large, X large, extra large, large. I was like, damn, they ain't got it. My hand started shaking. I was like, you better put another man on your back. I was like, ah! I said, hell no. It's just something about it. Maybe because I played. I don't know. Maybe because I wore a lot of jerseys. I don't know. This may be a blind spot or this may be like cool. Because I see cats with jerseys. I'll be like, that looks fresh. I want to be that guy. But then I see him with his girl. And then I'll be like, is she looking at Herbert? Like, is she like him more? Or her? Then I'm like, that ain't, man, stupid. You stupid. You know she love that dude. But then I'll be like, but he got on Herbert. He's saying Herbert fresh. I don't know, man. I got weird things going on. Like the WNBA do with dildos.
Y'all lame as fuck. Sorry, mama.
Whoa, hold on. First of all, came out firing. Y'all lame as fuck. Sound like she on Power or something. One of them. Woo. Say it again.
Y'all lame as fuck. Sorry, mama. Man, and like in most of these occasions, it's men. And I want you to know that is the gayest thing that you can do is to go to a store, a sex shop, buy a dildo, come to a women's game to throw the dildo on the court. That is the gayest shit that I've ever heard. So.
Okay, I could guess a lot of things right now, and I'm going to start guessing them. One, she got that hair leak. She got the toothbrush out. But then she got some coloring up top. Like, I guess she got a little red going on. I don't know what she's trying to do. She in mid-stage of fading that thing to the red. Okay, she going to peg Bundy. She going to peg Bundy it. 2, she ain't lying. It is kind of weird for somebody to want to do that. I beat it up in the comments. What's the thrill of throwing a dildo on the court? Like, I don't even get like when it lands and it flops and it, the banana starts banana-ing and then the cucumber start cucumbering. What's the point? Like, what? I'm seriously like, and I'm a dude because I'm assuming dudes do this. Maybe it's some girls. What's the point? Look at them girls. Got to look at it. Look at them girl got look at that thing on the court. Like, that ain't a good joke. Even if it lands, it ain't a good joke, right? It ain't a good joke. Now, also, let's just say she may have a little bit of animus towards, I don't know, men. I don't know. She just don't sound like she really want to be fair-minded about this. I hope it is a woman that throwing this thing on there, and her teammate just stuck. Like, how did I get in the frame with this BS? But go ahead, let's go.
I'm a firm believer in anyone that has so much problem with a certain marginalized group, just come out and say that you're a part of our marginalized group, because that hate is unwarranted. It's not factual. And it says more about the internal struggles of that individual than it ever will say about the collective group.
I love how she acting like she reading the stat sheet. She knows those are notes that she got on this. She got her essay written. All right, I love it. I love it. So I'm assuming she's GAY because she keeps talking about this marginalized group, and she's like, we. Okay, that right arm told me something too, girl. I was like, that sleeve right there said, I don't know, the WNBA and a sleeve. 2 + 2 is what, mama? What's 2 + 2 again? You know what I mean? So, and then that voice ain't helping nobody, but she got a voice. Boy, she sound like, who does she sound like? That's a deep voice. I don't know. She sound like the DOC right now. I don't know. The point is, hey, man, this is silly. I want to hear what she got to say if she going to drop some jewels, though.
The men that are throwing it also shows that you are weak, like extremely weak. And it says a lot about how you feel about women, but we don't care. It's a disruption of the game. Y'all lame as shit to us. Y'all gay to us, and we see it. So keep throwing.
Okay, now you're losing me. Even though, see, this is how they get. You could be right about something, but do it the wrong way. One, you trying to show you don't care by talking about it, and not just talking about it, but then going at them shows you do care. It's okay. Why do people always want to lead with the qualifier? I don't care. You do care. Now, since you do care, tell me how much you care. You'll have me. But right now, I wasn't at the game. I didn't see the dildo. And right now, I'm trying to say, yo, I think it's stupid that they do it. But at the same time, you're not sounding too much better because you over here attacking whoever. And you attacking a ghost. You don't know who did this and what they did it for or nothing. But I know what you're doing. This is like on the block behavior. This is like, all right, let me just let you know you ain't shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, I want to hear it. I'm going to hear it before I break her all the way down to the last compound.
I don't know if you just want to keep telling us you're gay.
So corny.
You can come out.
It's so corny.
You'll be happier. You'll be nicer to people. You'll be happier in your everyday life. You don't need to go to therapy or none of that shit. Just be yourself.
I don't think this is on the level of streaking. To me, streaking is worse than throwing a dildo. One, because it's a naked person. And, you know, I don't know what else. What other disruptions happen? People throw stuff on the court in basketball. Malice in the Palace started from them throwing something. Would they throw the water at Ron Artest or something crazy? You know, like it starts with something coming this way, invading our privacy, which is our ability to play this game without y'all messing with us. It's uncharted territory. You're throwing a dildo. I don't have many comps. There are not many comps out there that are close to a dildo. I'm trying to say, are they blowing this out of proportion or are they just addressing it and moving on? Let's talk.
And green, like, get your skin color. My bad. Sorry. Thank you for asking. And I've been waiting for this question.
That's what I knew it. You've been waiting. I thought you didn't care. Were you waiting for something you don't care about? Boy, you like to waste your time, girl.
Weird.
All right, this was
like it says dildo on their credit card. Like they have to go through their financial advisor and be like, "What's this green dildo? Like, you good, Chad? You good, Richard? Are you good, Paul?" Because it also is a certain demographic. Y'all cool?
Oh,
are y'all cool?
Uh-oh.
And don't be running. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Not everybody getting read up in this thing.
Oh, man. How does she twist? All right, let me be real. How does she twist and turn that into where I'm actually, I actually like the person who probably threw the dildo more than her. I feel weird watching her. Like something was just like, maybe it's because she needed all them laughs from her teammate. I don't know. They're young. Address that differently if you want it to really end or you just want to continue with the jokes. Mm-hmm. Something about her just made me say, those some more dildos. One, I want to hear her talk more because, boy, she got a career in gangster rap when she done. But more than that, I was just talking about my daughter playing basketball, and I know I got one that's gigantic and can move, so she gonna be inclined to play. Let's just say, woo, if I caught her at the podium talking about dildos like that, let me stop. Let me not turn it on her. She was a victim. Men too. Hashtag men too. But weird, kind of weird. All right, let's keep going. Keep the energy going on this show. Woo, we off to a crazy start on a Saturday, aren't we? What the hell was that? Let's talk about, let's stay in the WNBA because Angel Reese, it's interesting. Angel Reese, yes, let's do this. Angel Reese. Nah, let's do it. All right, we're going to tie this into Clay Travis. We're going to get there. Angel Reese just had, because people always say, Marcellus, you never show when she be balling. And I'll be like, dog, show me when she balling, and I'll show it. She just recorded the most efficient 2010 game in WNBA history. 2010 and 8. Eat, girl. You see that right down there? 30 minutes played, 2010, 8. 3 steals, 0 blocks. Who cares? Did everything else for your sorry. 100% field goal percentage. She ain't missed a shot. 9 for 9. Got to show her love for that. Real spit. That's dope. Okay, we're not done. So then she goes from that. You know we're getting somewhere. This is going to be crazy. So this is also Angel Reese. Angel Reese, is this you? Because I saw these shots. Going up, and I was like, who this is? Don't tell me it's the same clip. Okay. Right here. Right now. I got Clay Travis going to button this up, and y'all going to be like, damn. Not it. Where is it? Y'all just, maybe it is the same clip. I think it is. Let me see. I think it's on the same clip. Sorry. Yeah. Is it? Nope. Oh, y'all got to see this. I got to find it. This is insane. Y'all should see. I've never seen this in my life before. And I was like, Angel, you got to stop playing. That's why we don't show a lot of your clips. But I got to find it right quick. Because then I'm going to show you what Clay Travis said about all of this. And you're going to say, here we go. Wow. Okay, film breakdown. Film session. Angel Reese, you better duck. I gave you your props. Don't do that. The cost of praise is criticism. Watch this. And this is going to lead into Clay Travis saying they can't even be the 8th grade team. Watch. This is Angel Reese, an all-star. Watch this.
Bench. Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, which she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block. Bench.
All right, she finally passed out of that. Okay, I'm going to help Angel Reese once again. I told her before, she needs to work on singular leg movements. She needs to do single leg squats and really get her core together in terms of her foundation is very weak. Watch this. Okay, watch her left arm on this.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese.
You see that? I've never seen she just did this. She didn't even follow through or nothing. She just, okay, that was weird. Now let's watch.
Picks it up, which she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound.
But then I've never seen she forward leans and just she doesn't have balance.
She says, give me that. How about?
Okay, now this is a bad position to be in because now you can't make any quick movements. So therefore, I don't know how tall this girl is, but she's bigger than you. She just putting her hands up there like she in the Addams family, and she gonna block every one of your shots. Watch.
Another persistence trying to.
You're not even jumping.
Pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese.
Look at the base. Look at the base. Look at the base. Well, look at her feet.
Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Get that ball out of here. Okay. I only brought that up because Clay Travis is about to go there. And this is like, wow. Is this super insulting, or is this also just like, hey, man, y'all pros, deal with it? People say that LeBron ain't good all day, every day. We know that ain't true. So if LeBron got to take some hell, your ass could definitely take some hell. And I'm from the school that everybody gets it, so it doesn't matter to me. Let's go. I want to hear what Clay Travis got to say, because this is crazy. This is crazy.
I'm actually going to extend my $10 million bet even more. Las Vegas Aces, WNBA. Watch me closely now. I will pick a team of 8th grade boys. I will pick my choice, an actual team of 8th grade boys, and I will put $10 million on the 8th grade boys.
Okay. I know everybody's thinking this, whether it's front of mind or not. Is this mean-spirited? Like, Clay, like, is this a joke, insult? Is this really to prove a point? Or are you just trying to really clown these women, right? Like, it's so demeaning to even, like, insinuate that they can't be the 8th grade team. So why would they ever take the bait? Because if there's a no-win proposition for them. If they win, duh, you're 27 years old playing against a 14-year-old, some would say, even though 14-year-old's body composition, 27-year-old woman, a lot closer than you think. If not the boy, may have her. Depends on the boy, right? 14-year-old LeBron, that boy did some damage, right? So anyway, but it's still 14, puberty. Are you doing this for a grander, greater reason, or is this just to poke at them? Because if not, they ain't gonna ever take the damn bet, even though it's $10 million, even though it could change their lives, change their world. They ain't gonna take the bet. So I'm just trying to beat up in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna keep watching.
These are young, just recently even able to grow mustache or even have hair under their armpits boys, roughly 14-year-old boys. I will pick an 8th grade boys team, and I will put $10 million on the 8th grade boys to beat the best WNBA team out there.
Okay, let me stop right here because I see y'all going at it in the comments and I see some beef. Okay, so Javier asked, why men always bashing women? And then somebody replied, who replied? Drew Mack said, because women be running their mouths. Okay, Drew Mack, I don't think that's the reason, but certainly that adds salt to the game. I really think that most times when you see it looks like a man bashing a woman, it's really a man who has a mindset that they're equals. And people don't look at it that way. Like, if you are really a man and you look at as a woman as an equal, because they want equality, which they do have or deserve. And like, everybody got their issues. So please, I don't want to hear, oh, they dealing with this and motherhood and this. And I'm like, dog, we dealing with this and fatherhood. Like, everyone has their thing. No matter what you are, you have your thing. Tall people have a problem being in small spaces. Like, black people have a problem over here. Like, white people got a problem over there. Like, everybody got their problem. So if we go on problem listing, everybody's in line. So then we're going to wipe that off the board because everybody got different problems, but they all got problems. The same. It's just dressed up differently. But the thing is, I see a lot of men who actually deeply respect and think women are equal. Now, we know physically they can't keep up with us. We know that. But I'm talking about, like, this is not a conversation fully on physical. This is like, do you know how to play? Because the best team doesn't always win. The most physical team, the most athletic team doesn't always win. So it's other attributes. So when you see men talking to women, and I know I see it too, sometimes it seems harsh. You're like, ooh, that's harsh. Think about it. If that were a man, would that sound different? Because what you're really saying is we're not equal. Every time you want to put the gloves on, you want to pander, you want to just pet them on their head. Oh, little mama, you okay? Because this is how we raise our girls. Raise our girls different than our boys. I got to catch myself. Every day I got one. The other day, MJ, tired. Olivia, tired. Had a bag for them to carry. Livia, carry the bag. Okay, MJ, carry the bag. I said, MJ, come on. I literally said, MJ, come on, carry the bag, man. She gonna drop it, or it's too heavy for her, or she tired. So all her excuses, she got away with it. He didn't, and he had the same excuses. Raise our boys different than our girls, right? I call myself guilty. I feel bad. I literally told myself when I was driving away, you know what? You got to start locking into his feelings even more. And I know you do, but even more. Like he's a girl. Right? And I need to lock into her more in terms of what she's thinking. Like, no excuses, mama. This is your bag. Carry it. You get it?
The defending champion Las Vegas Aces. Not even a high school state champion team, just an 8th grade boys team of my choice. We will put it on pay-per-view.
I'm watching.
We will allow all the proceeds to go to Tunnel to Towers. If the 8th grade boys win, I will give them $10 million. May have to put it in trust accounts for the boys because they're all minors. But you claim that you don't get enough respect, WNBA. Here is from me, $10 million, 8th grade boys team against the WNBA champions.
I don't think that's going to give them respect. Beating 8th grade boys ain't a notch. Like, I've been in the 8th grade, I've been a boy, and also been a pro. Just haven't been a woman. But the point is, that ain't a notch. So he needs, there's an emptiness to this bet, even though it's attractive on the surface. $10 million. What I got to do for $10 million, man? But then it's a setup. It's like a setup bet. And that's why it's not happening. That's why he keeps extending the deadline. I actually want to see this as an exhibition. That's when you know you're secure as a league or you're secure as players. You're like, yeah, I'll take it on. And if you lose, you're like, oh, well, I lost. I lost to some boys in 8th grade. But at the same time, I've been a pro before. And our ego, we ain't trying to do all that. Once you make it pro, some things are beneath you. Some things are just under you. Real spit. I used to race every time I used to leave a club or a bar or hanging with my boys. Like, just, I love track. That's my favorite. If I could have done anything for real, it would have been run track. But it's not a great career. You got to be top 3 in the world to make any real money. And really not even top 3. You got to be number 1. So that's tough. And on top of that, you know, you one hamstring, one shin splint away from you ain't eating this week. So I was like, forget track. And track forgot about me first. But I was like, forget track. Let me play football. Right? But that's what it was. I love the run. But once I went pro, my coaches, my boys was like, dog, stop that. Stop that. You out here running in jean shorts. Man, stop. I know you fast. Everybody know you fast. You've been running your whole life. Why you still running? And then I had to wake up like, stop running, dog. You're gonna strain your quad on sunset. Like, I've had some epic races though. One time in Trinidad, I beat Dennis Northcutt. Yeah, I said it.
Will you finally answer? Will you show up and play the game? The ball legitimately is in your court, Las Vegas Aces and WNBA. I'm actually
boy. Yeah, some things is just a setup. Some things you got to know is a dead end. And it reminds me of childhood, like growing up when people would do certain things and you just knew it was a dead end, but you just couldn't say it. Or even if you said it, they weren't listening. So it just was like you just had to wait and let it play out. That's a dead end ass bet. Like the women ain't taking that. And I want them to. The 8th graders certainly want to, but you got to make it attractive to them. You're going to get $10 million if you win. They get $10 million. One, they got closer to $10 million than you, so it ain't going to affect them the same. But 2, like respect, the respect that is going to come from that is going to be disrespect. So I don't think it's happening. But I love exhibition matches. I love to see old fighters of yesterday battle it out with YouTubers. And I like all that stuff, and I admit it. Like how people, I've noticed that a lot of people eat worse than they say they do. They always either on a diet or eating right, but then they fat. And then you be like, yo, you fat, bruh. Like you ain't skinny, you ain't kind of in shape, you fat. You got to be sneaking some meals I don't see, or you ain't working out like you say you are, or you ain't eating what you talking about. Because I know if you working out, you know what it is. It's going to shape up. You getting in shape. And then you're going to lose it because you eating right. You lose your weight in the kitchen. You ain't. Then you go in their cabinets. You see some Jack Daniels. Okay, I see it. Some Doritos. Okay, I see it. Oh, okay. Next thing I know, you at Marcellus' house. That's what I got. You know what I mean? But the point is, set up. Set up, Clay Travis. Set up. Set it up better than that. We'll see. Okay. That was a good way. Look how I winded that in. Angel Reese and the Natasha Cloud. Boy, over here doing magic. Over here doing magic tricks. Speaking of magic tricks, I think this will be interesting. I think LaMelo Ball will be an interesting magic trick, but we're doing some basketball. I want to talk about Patrick Mahomes. Let's get that out. Is Patrick Mahomes still great? Y'all really with that? Let's see what they talking about with Patrick Mahomes. Because Colin Cowherd got some questions. What if we seen the best of Patrick Mahomes? That's an interesting conversation. Look at me. We all over the place in good ways. Like, we got variety on this show. Let it go.
You know, I was thinking about this morning. They had the top 100 voted on by NFL players, and Patrick Mahomes has dropped to 18. And it's interesting. Tom Brady played 23 years, and from about year 2 to about year 23, there weren't real dips. You kind of got the same guy. I mean, he got better, but that drought, that 10-year drought that he didn't win a Super Bowl, he had Randy Moss in that stretch, right? He was still wildly productive. Is what if we have seen the best of Patrick Mahomes, who coming off an ugly injury? I mean, think about this. So he enters the league. The O-line has a Pro Bowler at left tackle and right tackle. Andy Reid's in his coaching prime. His wide receiver tight end group is an A. The division has the Raiders, who are maybe the worst team in the league. Denver had Vance Joseph as a head coach and Case Keenum as a quarterback. And Anthony Lynn was coaching 37-year-old Phillip Rivers for the Chargers. The division stunk. Now it's Harbaugh and Herbert. Bo Nix and Sean Payton. Mendoza, Clint Kubiak are interesting. Now also Mahomes is living a real NFL life. The wide receiver room has been sketchy for years. The run game, which was anemic the last several years, well, cross your fingers with Kenneth Walker, who had a good playoff run but has never made a Pro Bowl. Travis Kelce is now probably in his last year at 36. And I think they have left tackle figured out, but Josh Simmons got hurt at Ohio State in his last year, and he got hurt as a rookie for Kansas City. What if that's just what he is because it's what he's been for 2 years? I think people are forgetting what has happened to Patrick Mahomes over the last 3 years. Not last year, not 2 years, 3 years. His yards and touchdowns have decreased every year. Over the last 3 years, his passer rating's lower than Russell Wilson in that.
Hold on. Didn't we kind of nudge him out and say retire? Wow. Woo. Look at those numbers right here. Patrick Mahomes' last 3 years. 7. Like, if you do that, that blind example where we don't know the name, the faceless players, and you just put the stats up and you looking at this, you like, yo, you good?
At time. His completion percentage in that stretch is worse than Daniel Jones. I mean, Josh Allen doesn't have the trophies, but you get 35 touchdowns a year from Josh Allen. And everybody complains about Buffalo's general manager isn't as good as Kansas City's or Philadelphia's or the Seahawks or the Rams. So is it the roster or is it Mahomes? We've seen this in pro sports before. Players get to their peak very early. But, I mean, he came in kind of the trust fund kid. Like, the coach was great. Receiving core tight end group was great. They had a running game. 2 Pro Bowl tackles. Defense kept getting better. But you look up, Brady never had a dip like this. Josh Allen does not have production dips. So I think it's and when Kansas City, when Mahomes gets hurt, Kansas City's bad. When Lamar Jackson gets hurt, Baltimore's still competitive. So is it a roster thing? If I had to list the 5 best rosters in the NFL, I do not put Kansas City in that space. I would say the Rams, Philadelphia,
the Seahawks, the Lions, and the Denver Broncos. I think Baltimore, Buffalo are close to that. I do not think Kansas City's close to that. So Kansas City's roster is more like San Francisco. A lot of pedigree. Production's hit and miss. Cross your fingers on injuries.
And that's the thing. Mahomes been getting injured. And one thing about it, if you ain't healthy, you ain't got a chance, brother. And he has not been healthy. I saw something in Patrick Mahomes years ago and said this would occur way earlier than it did. It didn't occur when I said it was. I think it was like 5 years ago. I was like, yo, he's plateaued, or the best ball is going to be behind him. And I said it, and I think it's because the way his style of play it's not riverboat gambling. It's not that risky, but it's so off script and at times unreliable. Like, how many times have we seen Patrick Mahomes? It's third and 8. And he goes back to pass, go back to pass, and finally scoots out and just gets the first down as he runs out of bounds. That little scramble he always does, where you're always thinking, he ain't that fast, but he ain't slow, And then how many times have you seen, and these are all tributes to his greatness. He makes something happen. How many times have you seen like the remarkable happen, right? And then there are a lot of times where you're just watching them go methodically. They got some talent. They had the players. They had everywhere from Tyreek Hill all the way to now with Worthy and stuff. Like, they got dudes. But there's something, I guess because I know Andy Reid's offense and I know Andy Reid and playing against them. And there was always a consistency and like reliability to it that I don't think they have right now. I think they got Mahomes as an eraser when things go wrong. I think they got Mahomes to plug in and to do what he does in remarkable fashion. But it's almost like they either get an A or they get a D. I don't see the B's that they used to get. That was my stretch. And I said that way too early, way long ago. But I knew there was going to be a time where I could see Patrick Mahomes be this guy. Not exactly who we thought Patrick Mahomes was.
So it's a big season for Mahomes. We have 3 years now where yards down, touchdowns down, quarterback rating bad, completion percentage inefficient. I'm not seeing that with Josh Allen. Josh Allen, his coach just got fired. I didn't see that with Tom Brady. And we know the last 7 or 8 years, they did not draft well at all in New England the last 6 or 7 years that Tom was there. They didn't at all. So Mahomes is off a big injury. Have we seen the best of him?
What y'all think? Blah, blah, blah. Have we seen the best of Mahomes? I don't know. I can't go that far. I gotta see. This is the year, though. I put it like this. Let me not be on the fence. I think Mahomes' best games are behind him. I think that. I think his best games are going to be behind him. I think it's going to be more of recent times than amazing. I hope I'm wrong, because I am a Patrick Mahomes fan, and when he's rolling, he's rolling. Shout out to his mom, who I met, who's from Tyler, Texas, the same place where my family's from. My dad is from Tyler, Texas. We connected on Tyler, Texas Talk. And I hope he's great. But I don't know about that roster. I don't know about everything. I don't know. I don't know about the knee, coming back from the knee. I don't know. Well, another thing I don't know is what's going on with the Lakers. So let's talk about it. Let's get it in. Blah, blah, blah. All right, who's up in here? Let's see what we got going on here. Who's our top fans? Stomp, Real Talk Sports Bet, Dan Fan, Ronnie, and Mike. Love, love, love. Oh, I see y'all having a beef up in here with this dude Javier, whoever he is. Y'all talking about he a op. He keep talking about that loan. He ain't smart. Y'all don't know what that loan is about? I can't tell y'all yet. I can actually, but that ain't my loan. That's our loan. That's all I can say. Nothing in California is mine. So Javier, you're not smart as you trying to sound, because you wouldn't be saying mine. It's ours. Everything is hers and everything is mine. That is ours. If you ever been married or you know what a marriage and divorce looks like, you know what that is. So no shame in my game, brother. That was not my loan. That was our loan. It's funny because of marriage and divorce, people always want to see, this is how we raise our boys and girls different. We raise girls to think, get married, girl, and if he tripping or y'all ain't together no more, divorce his ass and take half. And then you raise a man, hey man, if you're going to love her, marry her, protect yourself and get a prenup. And then hope that it sticks when you get divorced. Nah. Y'all went to community college if y'all don't understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking high stakes poker. I'm talking way smarter than that. I wasn't raised to be no boy. I was raised to be smart. Girl or boy, be smart. So there's no such thing as mine once you get married. It's ours. Once you figure that out, you'll understand why that loan is that. And other things. Don't get it twisted. You ain't getting me. You getting we. Raise your boys different. Hashtag men too. And tell Javier to make sure you become a member. When we do our signups for men too, the movement, be a member, Javier. You need some game because you don't understand what you're talking about. But you over there, get a prenup, yeah. And then she over there like, I'm gonna get half. Both y'all wrong. That ain't how you get it. But we'll talk later after this is all behind me. Deal? Deal. Hashtag men too. Come on, man. Don't try to get me. See, that's that old date. I can tell you're watching them other shows. You don't know our show. Our show, we talk about everything. And we keep it real. And we keep it thou wow over here. So let's see what these Lakers are doing because they keep it real. They keep it thou wow. Or are they? Let's go. Hashtag men too. All right, let's see what Jeanie and them doing because what the hell? Y'all selling this team or not? And then somebody said, nah, y'all ain't selling this team because y'all got too many faces, too many other people involved. I was like, what? Here we go. This is a good topic. I like this one. Look at these people talking that smart talk. Talk that smart talk. Let's go.
I would just wondering, because we'll never know this because they would have to admit to this publicly. I don't know. My guesstimation is it's not about the 375. It's about getting back at her.
Well, she did fire her brother.
Yeah, I think
she
all
did,
of them, basically.
She fired a brother and a sister.
Yeah.
Who was assistant
Jeanie.
GM. Yeah.
I think part of it is.
Okay. We know that part of it is, hey, the family drama, spill it over. Like, yo, you want to do this to us? Okay. Well, my incentive is not to take care of you the same as well. Like, I got to return fire. That's why you never let ego get into no negotiation, even though you can't spell negotiation without spelling ego. Because once you get personal, once it gets involved, once I internalize this as more than a business transaction, I got feelings towards it. So yeah, damn right. Jeanie fired everybody at different times. Jim, Jesse, Joey, Johnny, every other J she knew. She was like, get out of here. Juan, get him out of here, right? Javier, this op. Let me stop. Everybody gets it. So guess what? When they felt they had the hammer, they swung it. Simple.
Is now's our turn, right? I think there is part of it. Now, dumb question. Obviously, this can't happen this way or else it already would have. Why can't, let's round up to 18% because the numbers work easier. It's 17.8%. Why can't she just keep her 3% and the other 5% sell? Now, she would not be the governor because you need, and governor.
Well, hold on. Well, she wouldn't be the governor. The governor is the whole point. Like, they going to eat money coming their way. They got money. They're going to be more liquid now. They already got money. Here we go with this credit conversation again. The Bucks family could get whatever they wanted when they wanted it before, right? You could just leverage whatever it is against the equity in the franchise. Shot it. She wanted to be the governor because her daddy said, you are the governor. That meant something. Let's not act like she's not a human being, a daughter of one of the greatest people to ever exist who said, you will be this. And you like, thank you, daddy. And then your daddy's dying wish is for you to be something. You want to get that up just because what? I want to go to Spago and then go to the Four Seasons and be at the pool at noon. Like, no, she want to work. She want to do that. That's her pride and joy. Probably brings her great connection to her father and his legacy. Come on. Don't do that.
The title governor means basically you're in control. You're at the board of governors meetings. You're the one representing the team to the NBA. But I would think, this is guesstimation. I would think if you're Iger and Kushner, Jeanie Buss is a plus for your organization, not a minus. At 3% as a minority owner with no controlling interest in terms of being the governor, she's the public face of ownership at games. She's awesome with fans. She's kind of the representative.
We got a face. His name is Bob Iger.
That's what I think. If you buy,
I'm straight.
If I own ESPN and then YouTube come in and want to buy it, and I say, well, hey guys, can I just have like this little 3%? It's still your team. It's sort of like, no. Get the old people out.
So
This is our run. Like, why would they want her to be a part of it?
It's not complicated, Kmart. I'm not spending $12.5 billion
for you to still be here.
For you to still be here and running the thing that I own and that I'm signing the checks for.
Yeah.
Dog, he ain't lying. Like Occam's razor. It ain't that difficult. It ain't that deep. I give you $5, dog. Get up out of here, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody wants to deal with what you dealing with. I don't need you over here over my shoulder or just, that's what we doing now? We used to do it different back then. Okay. You imagine Jeanie up in there and they kept her as like a mascot basically because she wouldn't be the governor. And then they be trying to make trades or just like, hey, I think we should change the entertainment package at the venue. I don't know. It's been good for us. Like nobody want to hear that shit. When it's over, nobody. See, people don't understand because people don't make clean breaks. Why people don't make clean breaks? Because they are still caught up in the old model of love and hate. That's dated. Don't hate nobody. You the one suffering while you hating them. I can't stand this motherfucker. Shit. What happens when you hate somebody? Let's go full. Full hate means you're going to kill them. And you probably did. That's why the prisons are full, right? So we got full haters. Like you talking about haters online. That ain't no hater. A hater's in prison. He hated somebody so bad. Yeah. He gone. So that's already a bad solution to being a hater. Okay, what else is hate? Let's go notches down. You mess with people. You stalk them. You do all this dumb shit. For what? You already done said that they ain't shit. They ain't good. You don't like them. Why you care? That's why, man, my first few years of doing like commentary and being in front of people and telling them how I think, personality, Max and Marcellus, whatever it may be. I remember how many people used to come back at me. You soft. You're weak. Man, you don't stick up for nothing. Get off the fence. I was like, what? You so easily ticked. You so easily triggered. I could make you lose your whole existence in 1 second. All I gotta do is disrespect you. Next thing you know, you flying off the rails. Not me. Funk that. I know what I like and I know what I don't like. And what I don't like, I don't care about. It's called apathy. You don't exist. You inanimate. You have no oxygen, no cell reproduction. You don't exist. If we bought into that model, and I'm not the only one, trust me, but if we bought into that model, we'd be way happier and way more in harmony.
Got to move around. And if you didn't want to go down this road, then you shouldn't have sold the team 14 months ago to Mark Walter. But they actually decided that they were going to do that, which is why I come back to my original point, Ev. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want the money, that's cool. You can get it. But it doesn't mean that you're going to stay installed as the controlling governor of the Los Angeles Lakers. That ain't going to happen. That ain't how this business runs.
Right.
And unfortunately, it feels like it's setting up for her to find that out the hard way.
So I'm not trying to be right nor wrong, but I can tell you that I feel wrong and you're right because what you just laid out is right. They're looking at her as a negative.
Yeah.
And they don't, and she had the opportunity to not have this ever happen. And she chose for it to happen. And she probably
opened the door.
Yeah. Not this sale. It's the previous sale.
One that,
And by the way, the tag-along provision, which I thought was a Girl Scout cookie, but the tag-along.
Tag-alongs are great.
So good. Number one.
So good.
First, okay, Thin Mint's the best. But
no, tag-alongs are better.
No, tag-along.
Okay,
Tags-along.
We'll debate this later, but go ahead.
So I wonder why that was put in the first place. Because if you're selling whatever percentage of the team to Mark Walter, the tag-along provision in the back of your mind means he may find a buyer at some point that is so great in terms of the valuation. We tag along with the sale and we get this enormous amount. You didn't have to put that in there. That means you keep your 17.8% forever.
That means that this was not an event that was completely unforeseen.
That's right.
Yep.
And you guys are right. You guys are right.
They knew. I mean, look, it's already in the blood. they fired the first brother when I still was on radio. So that had to be 10 years ago or something. I don't know when they first got the franchise taken over, mid-2014 or something, that world. You already know how this go. Like, nobody protected. And I don't want this to come off as a comparison, but I do want it to come off in this way. I would never fire my sisters from the organization that I inherited from my father. I would not. Why? Because I would think my father also did. Maybe he didn't even put it in bold print. In fine print, it says family first. So even if you clean it up, you the custodian. And I wouldn't put you in that position. I would let you get your money and just have your office sitting there like, look, whatever you want to do that can add a net positive, turn it in. Other than that, we're not checking for you, but don't be a distraction and don't be a negative. But I mean, I just would feel a way different ethical connection, moral connection to my family than financial, than professional. Now, that's not to say that I have not had family members work for me and say, hey, you got to go. Because that's me. This is not you. This is your daddy's. And then your daddy gave it to you, and then he put these provisions in place. And look, nothing you do, nothing you write will be foolproof. That's why we were laughing at prenup before. Raise your boy to get a prenup. Okay. Kevin Garnett, I think it was called Garnett, he had a prenup. He went up in there. They were like, give me that prenup. They were target practice of that prenup. Right? That's actually a dope way to do the shots. I never did that before. Sound better than pop, 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 whatever. They shot that prenup up. But there's a way to make a prenup up. I gave y'all a little bit of the game, #Men2. I'll give you more when we do the Men Too movement. You'll understand it. And it's not just for men. It's for women too, because I know a lot of high-earning women who are in the same predicament as me. You got to make up a prenup. There's prenups, there's postnups, and let's make one up. They call it buy. B-Y-E. Bankrupt your ex. That's what they call it. Random, huh?
She put herself in this position. I guess maybe I should do it this way. Instead of a statement, let me ask it as a question. Is Jeanie Buss, as the face of the Lakers, worth having still if you're Iger and Kushner, or because of the fact that you're spending the $12.5 billion in terms of the valuation, not the money, but the valuation, you need a clean slate here?
Well, I don't know that you need a clean slate, but I also don't think that you need the redundancy in terms of somebody that's forward-facing, representing your franchise in the business community. You have Bob Iger. He's one of the most respected executives, not just in sports, but in the Fortune 100. So I don't know that you need Jeanie Buss being able to, conduct the business and the day-to-day operations of the franchise. If you need another face, you got Magic Johnson that's still there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right, I guess,
so from a player standpoint, from an alumni standpoint, and for somebody that's in the business community, I got all the faces I need. I don't need Jeanie Buss meddling and ultimately trying to have a hand in the overall direction that I'm taking the franchise and our program.
Man, preach. Blah, blah, blah. And what's crazy about that is it's not a diss to Jeanie. It's like these people they got more money than Jeanie. They got more resources than Jeanie. And Jeanie got a ton. They're like, no, we can do it ourselves. We don't need you. That's why we paid you. We paid you to partly go away. You know how the transaction go. You can go to Cheesecake Factory and meet all the pretty girls at the bar you want. Or there's some people you can pay. They're going to go away. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Go away. No problems, no issues, no beefs. Go. Right? Pay you to leave, as they say. That's what they say. They pay you to leave. So now, let's finish this before we're going to, this is an interesting how you tie this into LeBron, because I got some LeBron love. We got to do our LeBron topics because he's about to retire, dog. Imagine when it's a GOAT retiring. Like, we got to show love. So this is interesting how this plays into the Lakers sale.
Jerry Buss, the late, great Jerry Buss, owner of the Lakers, had 6 kids. 5 want to sell the remaining ownership stake in the Lakers. Jeanie Buss does not. We're probably going to have a lawsuit. The Lakers had a new owner, Mark Walter, 14 months ago. He just had to sell it to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner, who don't really have the money, so they'll have to find another way to make it work. Bob Iger, his group was better at the $7.5 billion mark of an expansion team in Vegas, virtually doubled to rebuy the Lakers. So it's just another illustration of the minute LeBron leaves a franchise, it goes completely sideways. And you can say it's coincidence, but I've seen it like 5 times now. So people forget. Remember how bad the Lakers were in the 5 previous seasons before LeBron came to the Lakers. They weren't bad. They were worse than the Wizards. They were 126 and 284. They were the worst team in the league. Not only didn't they have a playoff series win, they didn't make the playoffs for half a decade. The Lakers. LeBron inherited a front office run by the Buss kids with total turmoil, not respected in the league. Then they got replaced by an agent and Magic Johnson. The analytics department, bottom of the league. It's still not great. And below average scouting department. The head coaches were Luke Walton, did not work. Darvin Ham really did not work. Frank Vogel did, yet they fired him. And it just happened to be the best coach he's ever had as a Laker was J.J. Redick, his podcast partner. So there is no disputing that LeBron was a 6'9" life preserver for this franchise, which is why LeBron said, I'm not taking a small contract. I was healthier than Luka and Austin Reeves down the stretch. I don't care what my age is. But isn't it interesting? Once again, LeBron leaves a team. You've got turmoil in ownership.
Yep.
Buss kids will probably sue.
Yep.
A roster with holes.
Yep.
I mean, I like J.J. Redick, but LeBron once again wins. He's like, I'm going to go play for the better team. That's why when LeBron was making all these choices, LeBron, I mean, think about this. If you get dumped, because LeBron wanted to come back.
Yep.
And the Lakers said no. You know, ask yourself, if you get dumped, are you going to settle or do you want to upgrade? Be honest. It could be from a woman. It could be for a company. It could be for a team. If you get dumped, why would you go play in Cleveland with James Harden? That's settling. You've done it twice. Why would you go play with Detroit? What? No, I'm going to pick the best roster. I'm going to show and prove to the Lakers, you guys know you would have done the same thing. I'm going to prove you shouldn't have let me go.
Yep. Let's go.
And by the way, Luka, Austin Reeves, and Walker Kessler, all talented, all have dealt with injuries. A lot of them the last year or two. LeBron, not so much. He's always healthy. So, I mean, that's what Nick Wright and I talked about. The NBA has Wemby. They've got the Knicks. And once again, the NBA was waiting for LeBron to sign so they could come out with a schedule, and the Sixers will have the most television games in the entire league.
Hey, y'all. Y'all stop playing with that man. Y'all stop playing with that man. They say he is already predicted to boost the economy, local economy, $450 million. And can't lie, I don't know the last time I watched a video of some people just in Philadelphia walking around the streets. But I've seen about 3 of them so far since LeBron landed, just walking down the street. And here's a look inside Philadelphia, and they're showing LeBron shopping and stuff. I'm like, man, this dude different.
Everybody wants to push him out. The Lakers pushed him out, and immediately he walks out of the door with the Lakers, not on his terms. 6 weeks later, it's a mess. Ownership's a mess. The Buss kids, the roster. You cross your fingers on Luka and his health.
Hey, that's one of them devious laughs. Like, that's what y'all get. Like, I try to tell y'all, oh, y'all don't think he that fresh? Okay, we'll show you. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, let me give some love to my top fans. Stomp is in the building. Real Talk Sports Bet. Dan Fan, Randy Marsh, and Mike. Just put me on the background. Just put me on speakerphone, baby. Let me just top it up a little bit, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do on this show. Boy. All right, we got to get spicy now. This is one of the topics that always sits on my heart. I hate racializing things because it feels like selfish, because it's like everybody ain't black, so everybody don't give a damn. For real. Like if I came on a show and I love you, but then you start talking about deep Latino or Asian or white, I'll be like, dog, don't go that deep. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Or I do know what you're talking about, but I don't experience that. But at the same time, we're all a part of the melting pot of culture. So bear with me. But this has been on my heart forever. Like this whole dynamic of how we are programmed. And I really believe a lot of people are stuck in the past. It's sad. I can't have an argument with anybody ever on a panel, on a show, on this, without somebody bringing up something so damn old. They don't even know what it is, but they know how to read. They regurgitate. They just resuscitate the issue like it's right here alive and breathing again. No, it's not. Because people don't have this comparative analysis trait of knowing then was then for way more reasons than you just stated. And now is now for way more reasons than you stated. I'll give you an example. I can't talk about how smart I am compared to my mama or my daddy. Not for real. Because guess what? I got ChatGPT. I got damn ChatGPT. What y'all have? The Dewey Decimal System? Maybe. And that book was checked out when you went to the library, mama? Come on, man. We need to stop. I got Amazon. What you mean checked out? The book right here. Mama be here today. What you talking about? And then look, my kids, they gonna look, MJ, Olivia for sure. They're gonna be like, Daddy, you used to be on Amazon waiting a day or waiting for the end of the day to get it? Really? It wasn't instant? I don't know how, but the Jetsons is real. Let's talk.
Somebody look like us say, hey, how come we don't own our own tennis shoe? When Nike started out of their garage. Like Phil Knight started out of his garage. And I tell people all the time, look, it's not about a color. Like think about it. Even though when I help Black owned business, I'm doing that because we at the bottom of the totem pole. But we want to create product for everybody. This product is for everybody. Blacks, white, Asian, Latino. But it don't have too many Black-owned companies. Like, show me how many Black-owned tennis shoe companies out there that's making functional shoes that actually own it. It's not that many. It's a problem.
Yeah.
So when I find a problem, you know, my passion get like, I need to do this. I got to show the world. In the food industry, I realized that we didn't have enough healthy alternative foods for us. So I found a problem. I created Miller Family Food. I said, well, you know, I got to make healthy alternative food, snacks, everything.
Is that based out of New Orleans?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so I was inspired by going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And, you know, in the Black Wall Street, 1920, what happened to our people. And it's like you had so many successful, rich Black people, and it was burned down. But I met this guy that owned a grocery store called Oasis.
Yeah, A.J. Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put my food in your grocery store and I'm going to support you. We support all these other companies, but why not support Oasis and AJ?
He's doing good stuff in the community. And what you know about that store, as I've been down there, is that the predominantly of that area that's white is poor individuals, who, you know, and so I love the work that he's doing. But when you think about, again, being yourself, what's been the biggest surprise of the stardom? I mean, you've been in this game for a very, very long time. What's been the biggest surprise about it all?
You know what? I gotta give him his flowers, Master P, because he helped raise me, but not like in my younger years, but like in my 20s. Like Master P was a soundtrack to my 20s. Like when I first got drafted, when I first like took the leap from like alarm clock, dorm room, you know, checking in, same routine, to like, nah, the world's your oyster. Like, the world is yours, homie, get back. Like one of them, like, God, I'm in the real world. I could literally go to a car dealership and sign for myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on mine. I'm on my own. This is my house, right? Crazy. All the family dynamics change, all that stuff. And what I was playing back then was this guy. Not for necessarily him feeding my brain in terms of regurgitating facts and figures. And you, like he just said, what happened in Tulsa in 1920? No. He was giving me energy to go get it because everyone knew his story, right? From New Orleans, had to go to California, was it Richmond? Somewhere up in the Bay, start slanging them tapes. They were hitting, they weren't hitting, then they hit, and then he went back to New Orleans and then went kaboom, hustler, baller, gangster. He has so many hits, heaters. I'm talking about nobody rocked the car, the 412s, the 215s I had in the Hummer. Nobody like Master P. He had the best mixed, best engineered, best songs. Bass, boom. This is for brother than the Cadillacs. What? That's why I got to give him his flowers. Now let's get deep again.
Our own culture don't believe that we could do it. You know, because they just don't get it. They like, how you could do this. I mean, like, if I could do it, anybody could do it. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You just got to have integrity and do good business. And these doors will open up for you.
Did you hear him? Our culture don't believe you can do this. So for all you people out there who still say sell out, coon, all you people that are so hypercritical of diversity of thought within your own community, all you people that hate Republicans just because you black, which is, look, you can hate a Republican if you want. You stupid to me because you hating something that's going to hurt you more than anything, but whatever. We already talked about that about 20 minutes ago. But if you want to be against something, go ahead. That's diversity of thought. But then when you just all of a sudden say you can't be that, you have to be this, this is what Master P is saying. You don't believe you can do it. You believe there's only one way to the top. There's never been a mountain ever created that there's only one way to the top. So shut up. And I am boisterous enough, bold enough, gangster enough, hashtag men too, to tell people, shut up, respectfully. Don't lie to me, dog. Just don't lie to me. You can do what you want to do. Get out my way, and please don't get in my way lying. I knew I could do it from hello. I knew I could be something from hello. Sorry if everyone wasn't born with that gene or wasn't raised in those conditions. And the conditions, if you look at it financially, weren't good. I grew up in poverty. However, we were rich in the brain. We were rich in our house and our apartment. Oh, we were rich. We told ourselves we picked each other up. Not on no BS too, on some like, yo, go get this. What the hell wrong with you? So he's dead right. Culture sucks. Like black cultures, it's some bad parts. Some real bad parts. But the worst part is, and I always said it, I said in my book for y'all, let me regurgitate. The worst part about our culture for me growing up in my existence, wasn't the gangs, wasn't the drugs, and it wasn't the poverty. You know what it was? The low ambition. I always say it. I knew it at like 11, 7, 8, I don't know. As soon as I could think other than about Hot Wheel cars, I started saying, yo, these people out here, they ain't aiming high enough. Simple as that.
Building great relationships. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, trying to get that negative mindset out of our culture, because they still going back to, oh man, slavery, they did us this. And I'm like, you still hoping on that, man. I never hoped on that because I can't change the past, but I can change the future. And I think you got to get used to us being successful. And I think a lot of us, we block our own blessings because we don't think that we could do it because we're looking at a color. So, I mean, Muhammad Ali was a guy that, and I love like his story because he didn't care about that. He just wanted to be around good people, but he did represent for the culture. Right. And I want more African-American owned tennis shoe companies. I don't want this just to be me. I want so many different product brands owned by us, but making it for everybody. Because think about it, when other cultures make products, they don't make it for them, they make it for everybody. And so I want that mindset about people. If I could change that, that's the way we're going to bridge the wealth gap.
What's been the biggest negative surprise of it all? The biggest negative surprise of the stardom?
Our people can't work together.
Damn.
Think about when I go down Rodale Drive and see all these stores. They're owned by all the same kind of looking people. None of them fighting. None of them caring about what each other have or got. And I love that. I want to see that for our culture and our people.
Okay, let me disagree here. They fight. I mean, because I know Master P know. Sometimes we get into the harmony and the rhythm and the feel of the song and not knowing exactly what the lyrics are, right? Like, whoop, there it is. Like, nobody knows upside down, inside out. I'm about to tell you a girl with a song. Like, what is he saying? Like, you got lost in the song. And then you be like, what did he say? Whoop. You're like, this ain't saying nothing. Sometimes we say stuff that ain't saying nothing. You go down Rodale Drive, he's dead right. They don't look like me. They don't look like Master P. But do not act like they didn't fight for that rent. They didn't fight for that rent to go lower. I just saw my favorite taco spot over there just closed for a year because they had to get reconstruction, refurbished. They just opened. I'm like, how y'all gonna open and close? Grand opening, grand closing. Because they were fighting over the tenant, the price of leasing it out. So then all right, well, since we fighting over this, let's also just redo it. Come on, man. It was brand new. Brand new, brand new, brand new, brand new. So everybody deals with it. Don't ever think, see, that's another way they play with your brain. Oh, y'all got problems that everybody else don't have. Come on, man. I know that from athletics, from sports. Dog, that dude over there is scared too. That dude over there don't want to get hit either. But that dude over there, he gonna answer the bell. I know you better answer the bell. Come on, man. People be doing that crazy stuff. Everybody got their issues. Everybody got problems. We just dress them up differently. Come on.
That's why I fight to educate our culture and our people, because we got to get on that page. Like, we get on that page, we're going to be dangerous because we spend $1 trillion a year.
2.1 trillion.
2.1 trillion. Think about it. And we don't own nothing.
No, we own.
And we make 0.1% of Black CEOs in Fortune 500 companies, but we spending all the money.
I get what he's saying, and I'm not going to nitpick it because the message is too great, too grand, too real. But come on, man. He right. Like if I like looking at it as sports because, one, it takes a little of the sting away. But being a Black American, and if you want to talk about what he's talking about, ownership, the culture, etc. If we were a player, just imagine how you would scout us as a player. You'd be like, hella talented, tremendous potential, doing amazing things, but, and I'm glad Master P wanted to address that but, because we got it. And look, I know a lot of successful Black people, so I'm not even trying to play that game. Also know a lot of I know a lot of people who ain't, but whatever. I love my people, but my people gonna have to get in the mirror a little better. Our accountability level is too low for a culture, and we don't like it either. Why you always talking about Black people in front of people, Black people in the public? Don't be doing that. What? Do you want to win or not? Because last time I checked, all the people that win, they get exposed, they get torn down, they get criticized, and they still stand up. You know how much bad stuff people have said against Tom Brady, LeBron James, Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan a little less than the other ones, but still a lot. Y'all remember back in the Juanita days? Oh, they used to go at Michael Jordan. He was selfish when he first started. Oh, man. Point is, stop talking about who talking about you. Just be. You'll be good. All right, love y'all. It's a Saturday. We get out of here on time. Love you guys. Have an amazing day. Don't forget, #men2. Right? The movement will need you to support it. All of you men who out there who's been through the ringer, dealt with the bias, right? Family court, civil court, criminal court, been fleeced, been lied on, false allegation, whatever it may be. We're going to create something that we all can learn from, support each other from, and grow into something that really has impact. And ladies, y'all losing too, so y'all better join #men2. You want to know why? Because real victims are not being heard as loud as they should be because of false allegations. Also, real women are not being dated, courted, or married like they should be at the rate that they desire, because dudes are sick and tired of women with the setup. Sick and tired of the women detonating, going to court, taking all their money. I know countless dudes who ain't never been married or will get married. They like, nope, ain't nobody setting me up for that okie doke. And I used to be the one saying, man, you tripping, you tripping, you tripping, you tripping. Now I'm sitting there falling. Falling. Fell for the banana in the tailpipe. So point being, hashtag men too is for women as well. If y'all want to be heard, y'all want to be married again at the rate that you should and not divorced at the rate that we are, we got to come together on this. And you know me, I'm going to keep it real. I'll be vulnerable. I'll be honest. And I ain't scared of no opposition. All the slings and arrows that will come my way from all those usual suspects. Not me. One, I'm born and raised way tougher than that, homie. But then I went through stuff when I was out the hood, homie. Then I got $5. No, I'm just playing with y'all. Love for you guys. Hashtag men too. Have an amazing day. I know I will. Got to go hang with the itty bitties. We about to go play some ball today and cook. They want some bacon. I'm going to have to make them some bacon. Love it. Have a great day, y'all. Peace.